Hello, and thank you for joining me on the See Me, See You channel. My name is Quinn Donovan, and we are in our 50 weeks of self-care truth or dare. Hopefully you got out in nature and you tuned into your body and did some exercises to heal some tension from last week, which was week 21. Today we are in week 22. I love 222, angel numbers. So this is going to be a really great one with some special energy. We're definitely still feeling the effects of the super blue moon that we just had a day ago. So just really tune into yourself, be open and receptive, and just take these videos with an open mind and be curious about some of these truths and dares that we do, and see what happens and experience them. So here we are in week 22, and let's go ahead and pick a stick. All right, I'm always so excited to do these videos because it's like, oh, what's a new truth that I can discover, or what's a truth that does resonate with me that maybe I haven't been able to express, or I haven't been able to speak. So, or a dare, something that makes me go and take a risk on doing something, or putting my heart out there in hopes for love, right? So that's why I love these self-care truth or dares, because it's giving yourself love, but it's also helping you to give others love as well, by opening your heart and really tuning into yourself. So let's go ahead and see what our truth is for week 22. All right, so how do you process your emotions? Do you have a healthy outlet to express them? This will probably be a big truth, I think, for some, to really recognize that maybe they're not processing their emotions in a very loving, kind way. Maybe they're lashing out, or very short with people, or they're somebody who just pushes their feelings all at the bottom, keeps pushing them down, and then walks around like a ticking time bomb, and you just never know when they're going to explode. So, and then there's others who have practices like myself to deal with the emotions, and finding peace, and recognizing them or seeing them, being aware of them, but not living in them, not staying in them. Because really, our emotions are caused by our thoughts. So what we are thinking about ourselves, about our life, about our situation, about our circumstances, that is what is going to cause emotions. And they're either going to be happy emotions, or they're going to be sad emotions, anger, shame, guilt. That's a lot of what we carry as humans right now, is a lot of shame and guilt. But these truths right here is helping you to bring awareness to it, to where you then can start making changes, and you can start doing a healthy habit, or have a healthy outlet that allows you to express those emotions without hurting somebody, without hurting yourself, without feeling more guilt and more shame and more pain, right? So this is where you can look at how you process your emotions and see, is it something, are you expressing them in a positive way, or are they in a negative way? And a lot of times, if you have negative thinking, you're going to cause negative thoughts, which then is going to cause you to do negative things that then result in something that is painful, or guilty, or shameful, or hurtful. So that's where you can now start with a truth about yourself, looking deep within you to see how you are expressing those emotions. For myself, growing up, I was an angry kid. Like, the situation that I lived in and grew up in was very violent and abusive and angry and hurtful. And so I was an angry kid. I would lash out. I would throw temper tantrums. And I hurt myself. I hurt people that I loved, my family, my friends. And I didn't know. I didn't have any other examples or people to show me a different way to process those emotions. So they just got processed in anger or pain or negativity. And so it wasn't until I started on my healing journey that I recognized that's how I was processing these emotions, and I didn't want to feel that way anymore. I didn't want to be that way. And so I had to take a really hard look and realize the really hard truth within myself to start making those changes and find other creative ways to express myself and to express the emotions. And the ways that I do that is by meditation, by going out into nature, by getting still, by tuning into my body, by calling on my angels and guides, by just tuning into myself and asking myself, how do I want to process these emotions? Finding other ways, other tools, sound healing, chakra work, energy work. I'm really all about that. And that's something that I practice each and every day to process those emotions. And I have negative emotions too. I have negative thoughts that come up that then result in negative emotions. But the minute that I recognize and see that, I have the chance to change it right then and there, to change that into a positive, to change that into a happier emotion, and then just recognize it, let it sit, because then it will leave. Like if you just let it flow through, it will go. But once you stay in those negative emotions, that is when it gets difficult to get out of. So just recognize what they are. You don't have to believe it, because we got them coming in every day. I mean, we have a million, thousand, I don't know, so many thoughts coming into our mind each and every day that is causing some kind of emotion. And it's up to us, up to ourselves, to be aware and recognize that that there were not our emotions, but they are our thinking. So we can change that. We can change our thinking at any point. So this is a really good truth to start working on and start becoming aware of. So I encourage you to do it. You'll feel great, and then you'll feel proud of yourself for making changes. And I'm already proud of you for even watching this video and taking part in this truth. Okay. Now let's see what our dare is, because if that's a truth, I can imagine what the dare is going to be, right? All right, so list 5 things you are grateful for, big or small. Can you make this a daily habit? Now, this is like one of the #1 best dares that we've had so far. I mean, there's been a lot of good dares on this in the 22 weeks, but this one's a really great one, and I always recommend doing it. I know when I started on my journey, a gratitude journal was the first thing that I started. And when I was starting to get into personal development and coaches and wanting to really change my life, because I recognized that I wasn't really going in the right direction, and I just started writing a gratitude journal. I would start with 5 things to write every day. So at the end of my day, I would list 5 things of what I was grateful for. And sooner than later, it actually started becoming 10 things, and then 20 things. And then it was like pages of things that I'm grateful for. And so now I don't necessarily write in a gratitude journal now, because I live from a place of gratitude. Like I've already instilled that. I've already made the change for that. So it's like you have to practice these things in order to make the changes. If you're going on a weight loss program or you're wanting to get in shape, you don't work out and then boom, you're buff. Boom, you're fit. It's like it takes like 30 to 90 to 180 days or longer to get the results that you want, right? And so it took me a long time for that to get instilled. I mean, doing it every day, like I was consistent. That was a ritual that I put in place. I committed myself to that. There was no conditions. It was like that was what I did right before I went to bed. And then I even started doing it in the morning. Like I've switched now to journaling in the morning than at night, but it's great to do both. I do a lot of writing anyway, so I'd probably be writing all day long if I just sat there and journaled. I'd be writing everything down. So this is a really great dare. So I encourage you to go buy a new book, go get a notebook, one that you love, has an affirmation on it, saying like I'm so grateful, and that would be your grateful journal. I have so many journals that are just like, I am so happy and grateful for this. That's how you want to start your gratitude. You want to say, I am so happy and grateful for, and that could be anything big or small, right? And it's like, can you make this a daily habit? Like, can you commit to yourself to practice being grateful, to write down everything that you're grateful for every day? And if you're not a if you don't journal, and this is you're just the beginning, like, just do 5 of them. You do your 5 and be like, okay, that's good. I got my 5 gratitudes in. I'm great. I'm feeling good. Life's good. I'm grateful.